Okay, just opened this repair kit to see what was in it, because it's in a very deep box, and it seems we've got more than enough of everything. There's 4 pad pins, they're identical, so I think this is a twin set. I've actually bought 2 of them, so now I've got enough to do 4 calipers for the front. Also, there's loads of these seals, and we need 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so they're probably right on those for 2 sets. There's also some smaller ones, which must be for probably earlier FJRs than mine. Excuse me, sniffling. It's a bit cold in here. I've also got, say, with the pad pins, we've also got the little rubber seals for the end. Go in the end there, just drop them in there. Okay, so it's just a matter of cleaning the bolts off a bit that couple the 2 halves of the caliper together. I'll get them on the wire wheel, give them a clean up, coat of paint if I think they need it, primer and paint. Get these pistons in the parts washer, but they look really good actually. Or have I already cleaned them up? And I've done the rear caliper already, but yeah, I'll get all these over to the parts washer. They haven't given us any spare pad clips, so pad springs, so I'll go and clean them up as well in the parts washer. I'll be back then. That's near enough for me. Nice and clean, that's all you want. Oh, I'll go and get these bolts on the wire wheel. Get all that rust off them and everything. Give them a clean up. 3 nice clean caliper bolts. Good enough for me anyway. Oh, God. I'll do for now. But anyway, the pistons are cleaned up. I put a little smear of the ACF 50 corrosion block waterproof grease in there, because I noticed on it was on the rear caliper piston that was rotting like hell with rust. So we're going to just put a little smear in there, nothing that will sort of run out or anything like that. Just fish out the old seals then on this side. Carefully just pick it under. There you go, that's one. Right, that's got it. Just push it into the seal, and yeah, it's quite a thick seal that is. Right. Next one. Right, just give that a wipe round. Right, we are back again. A little drop of brake fluid in there. Put that one out of the way. Dealing with this one at the moment. So it's 4 outer seals, 4 inner seals. A good rub around with that. Lubed up, ready to go in. Just got to lube up. Right. Get as much as you can into the channel. Just fetch the other round. That went in nice and easy. That's it. It's seated. Next one. Try and keep my rubbish in a neat pile. Same again. Inner seals, brake fluid on these seals just to get them in and stop them binding and everything. Outer seals are well, the book's stating silicone grease, so we'll get some of that out. The rubber grease, you know, the red rubber grease. Get that in there. leak. That caliper body wipes without contaminating it. Paint. That's that. I'm going to do the other one now with the inner seals. I've got brake fluid all over my hands. Right, next job is the front seals. We need silicone grease. So silicone grease, there you go. Clean it. First seal. No profile, just square profile. A little bit on your finger. A little bit, that's quite a lot actually. But, I just want a gloss on them really, I don't want shed loads of grease on there. That's one. I'll do both of them. I'll do all four with this amount I've got in my hands. Just get your finger on it where it needs to go, press down, chase it round. That's it, it's just dropping in, so there we go, nice one. Nicely in there. That's in that channel, just verify it's gone in, yeah. Way around, next one. Right in the front, that's it. Nothing to it really. Okay, we can get the pistons in then now. Don't need that tool. 1, 2. Put some brake fluid in a spray can cap, and then when you finish with it, go and put the cap on top of the spray can you had it from in the first place, and you end up covering the can. I did that. Yeah, that's just silly things I do. I'm going to use my caliper tool now, a little cheap tool. Get it from eBay. Works a treat actually. I've told people about this before. What you do, just put that in the cup. There's no damage to the outside edge of the piston at all. You're just gripping it from the inside. So see when you open it, grips it. So we just pop that in there, nice and slowly. Give it a little turn if you can, just to get it in straight. You're going to pop it. There you go. It's gone in. Turn it around a bit to suit my right-handed ways. That's it. That's lovely. Nice. Right, next one. Nice coat of brake fluid on the outside. Gripping tool. Can you see? Do it so it gets started. That's it. Just push it home, nice and gently. That's it. Lovely. They're in there, nice. There we go. There's my grease inside that I put in there just to protect it. I can take a bit of that out actually. It's slightly too much in there. It's just to protect the inside of the pistons. They really do suffer in the winter. I'll ride all year, so you have to deal with these things. There we go, it's gone in. Right, this, I need a bit more. Excuse my fingers. Bit of rubber grease on there. Just keeps it nice and supple. Squeeze it over the top. Come on, got it. That's one. Nicely seated in that groove there, that's what it's supposed to do. So that's them, they're ready. Two bodies are ready. Springs are ready. Bolts I'm waiting for to be painted now, and I'm just going to give them a coat of paint and I'll be back. Okay, cheers. I'm back. Painted the bolts. Didn't take long, just one coat of primer and a couple of coats, thin coats of matte black. If they get scratched up when I do them up, I'll just touch them up once the caliper's on the bike. No mention of any thread lock or anything on them, so we're not going to give it any. Put the halves together. Let's see what to seal. There it is. That's where it takes all my paint off. The little bolts I've just painted. Snug them up, that's your first torque setting. Torque setting for the caliper bolts is, I've written it down, 40 Newton meters. That's these three here. Yeah, that's good. Of course, you replace your brake pads whenever necessary, and your seals every 2 years, and brake hoses every 4 years. So they're set to 40 Newton meters. Just double check, yes. So pad bolts, they're set to 17. That's those. So yeah, these just see that sliding in between there, right in that recess there, you can slide them. And the other one, there's little notches up there to keep them in place. Right, just keep your finger under there, get the pad pin, put the spring on top first. It's symmetrical, so oops, and throwable. Symmetrical, so it's M is the right way up. Put that in there. That's how it sits down there on top of the pad surfaces. I need to move these pads up a bit. Just through that, over the top of the M, into the next pad. That's it. And there they're seated. There we go. That's close up for you. And now, where we go? We're going. Which one is it? Oop, is it that one? That'll do. And these are 17 Newton meters. Just keep going until it comes out the other side. There, there we go. But you don't have to worry about it's nice and snug, so it's not popping out. It's in there. Do that whole exercise with the other side now. Nice and snug then. That's it. Don't want to do them too tight because you've got to undo them. So there you go. That is your pads seated in your FJR caliper. And ready to go on the bike. Don't forget your hose connection, of course. Your brake hose connection that will be set to 30 Newton meters on the Gen 3, but check with your own specifications, of course. And of course you should have a manual if you're messing around with your bike anyway, which will give you all the information you need. So there might be some fluid in this, which I'm probably about to wear. But I'll do the same with the other caliper and just paint these bolts. Tight. So I have plenty of rag handy, suffering with the cold at the moment, a bit cold in here. They're all the same size, that's good. I'll get some new pins in the refurb kit anyway, so that's good. Just get that far, you just pull it through then. Sometimes it gets stuck on the little rubber thing there on the end of the pin, but that comes out easy enough. A bit grotty that. Rubbish pile. That pad spring should come out. There you go. 2 pads in there, they should drop out. Yeah, plenty of meat on them actually, but going to change them anyway. It'll come apart with the body anyway. There you go. There you go. That's your spring. That's where your pad sits. It's stuck in there at the moment. bit tight in there, it's probably all the muck. That won't help it slide, will it? There we go. That'll fit in there. So I'll wobble this out with me bit of kit. You see, it's coming out now. Looks a bit mucky, doesn't it? Yeah. Ew, nasty. Right, try this one. Just keep wobbling it. Probably be better from this side. Wobbling it and bringing it up. I'll fetch it out. Yeah. Yeah, there is fluid in there. If you haven't got one of these tools, I'll recommend them. I think they're brilliant. You don't want to be putting any kind of grippers on the outside edge anyway, do you? But these grip on the inside, they're doing no damage at all. You just give it a little wobble and out she comes. There's fluid in there as well. Whoa, that's tough. Oh dear. It's going to start coming out. Oh my god, that's tough. It's coming now. There we go, I think we've got it. Yeah. An awful colour. Yeah. Right, again, full of fluid. My drain glass. Piss yellow. Right, I'll go and give everything a clean up, especially the bench and everything, and I'll come back and we'll have a look at that. Okay, I'm back. I'm with the Saga for the Offside caliper, which I've just given a bit of a clean up. Clean the pad springs. Pistons, alloy. Way lighter than the near side ones. And yeah, two little sizes there. A little bit of an issue here, I think. Right, these are the seals I've got left. That's thick, that's thin, so that's obviously inner and outer for the small pot, and that'll be inner and outer seals for the big pot. Okay, that's it then, they're all together. Thanks for watching. Ready to go back on the bike.